Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Let's see what we got here before we get to the topic of the day. A lot of these outfits I don't even remember seeing in the Rift, but this one looks pretty cold. Okay, hard man. They just keep throwing punts on his outfits, his perks, all that shit. Let's see, Fang, Fang. Oh goodness, small town girl. Okay, so David, Fang, Kate, Meg, and Nia. Okay. Nia. Oh, fuck. I need to go to the store. I messed that one up. Uh, this is already in the store. Why is it Tokyo Subway? Isn't she from China? I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, these on sales. Okay. Huh. Up to 30. Okay, yeah. Oh, you get more blood points. This is definitely getting you ready for anniversary. Okay, so speaking of anniversary, where's my phone? I need to discuss these perks. A lot of people are kind of upset at me for my opinion, even on what's his name, on Ox Darva, even on his video. Uh, well, I kind of disagreed with Ox about the leaks. Okay, let's find the perks. Oh shit, the shrine had reset. Let's see, any more blood points I can get? Okay, I can definitely get blood points for these two. Definitely these three. Knockout. Knockout. I think knockout is good for slugging, and I don't play like that. If I do slug, I'll probably leave one survivor running around to find his teammate. I don't usually play the kill whenever I play killer. Alright, shit. Somebody posted you know what? I just go over here. So some chick posted the perks, and I basically said that these perks are all of the perks from Anniversary was all bad. Resident Evil was basically the only Anniversary chapter that had good perks and good excitement. But apparently somebody took it as I'm crying about how good a chapter was instead of looking at the answer I was actually giving about how bad the perks were. Because even last year, perks was kind of ass. I think there was probably like two good perks that came out from last year. One for the killer and one for the survivor. And even though the one that I mentioned, well not mentioned, but the one that was good on the survivor side is kind of underrated. And even though it's gotten buff, it's still underrated. Okay, so Let's look at the survivor perk. The one troubleshooter. I might need to be using my iPad instead of my phone because the text is a lot smaller. So when you're in chase and you pre-drop a pallet, you can see the killer's aura for like 6 seconds. Okay, so this perk is not game breaking. This is probably good. It's probably good. Nah, it's never good because you don't want to pre-drop pallets. Cause this perk is getting you to pre-drop pallets, just so you can see the auras. So new players is going to be dropping God pallets and Shack pallets like crazy, just to try to play a mind game. This is not a great perk. Now, if you know how to grieve pallets and know when to drop, because a lot of time the closer you get to the pallet, that's when the killer most likely is going to go for the hit, but even that's a 50-50 situation. Let's see, another one is made for this. So basically you want to be injured the entire match because you run faster. So this probably going to give a build, another perk to the no mither build. Or you don't have to run no mither, you just take a hit. So after you finish healing a survivor, you get an endurance status for 10 seconds. Now, this is not bad, but it's not great. Now, I can see a situation where this works, like, let's say if both of you are injured and you happen to heal somebody first, and you're still injured, and the killer comes in and try to down you immediately, and it's too late. You already healed that person, so that means you taking a hit would means you're not going down. That's the only thing I can see that will get any use out of this perk, because this is probably another situational perk. And Scavenger, now Scavenger would have been the best perk to come out of for what's his name, Gabriel. And that's another issue that I hear YouTube creators, when I hear them say the survivor name, they say Gabrielle, and that's not how you say the name. Gabrielle is a female's name, and Gabriel is the guy's name. But the way Scavenger works, it gives you a brown toolbox. When you open a chest and then you go through it again, you're guaranteed a brown toolbox. So this part of the perk is dead, because you're gonna find a toolbox anyway. Mostly, probably like 80% of the time when you go through a chest, it's gonna be a brown toolbox, a brown med kit, or a yellow flashlight, most likely. So this is stupid. But there's more. When you pick up, let's say somebody using Franklin's Demise, or somebody used their toolbox up and let it sitting on the ground, or somebody died with their empty toolbox and you just happen to pick it up. If you can hit 4 great skill checks, you would get like 4 tokens, which means that the 4 tokens would recharge your toolbox, and then the perk would deactivate for the rest of the game. So basically, this is a weaker version of Built to Last, because you can only do this once. So if you're gonna use this perk, you're probably gonna have to use Built to Last along with it to get more use out of it. This perk would have been good if it wasn't for the perk deactivating for the remaining of the match. But then Killer's probably going to be crying and bitching about how broken this perk is. So they probably kind of careful about not making it too strong. But they could have at least give you another use out of it. Like if you use it 2 times or 3 times, but 1 time, it's whatever, I guess. Or they could have made it where if you were using a brand new part, you get it back. Okay, so for the killer perks, let's see. When a survivor finish healing action, they suffer exhaustion for 32 seconds. This is a mediocre perk. Most people don't. Well, I ain't gonna say most people. I'm not a fan of exhaustion perks, so it's rare that I run exhaustion perks unless I'm running like a build. And the one exhaustion perk I use is overcome. So if I get hit, I'm hauling ass, and then I'm breaking line of sight and jumping into a locker. Well, that's usually because I use a lucky break build. And then with lucky break, there's overcome, there's inner strength, and then quick and quiet. So I'm pretty good on this perk right here. So this perk right here, if a killer uses this, I'm not in no real danger. Force hesitation. Now this might be a good perk. It's probably not God tier, but this is still good. So what force hesitation does, like when a survivor puts in a dying state, any survivor standing in 16 meters, they would be hindered. Now this is a good perk to counter altruism, or you can use it for evil and start slugging. Because once they get put in the dark, well, I don't know about slugging because they have. If you pair this up with, what's that perk called? The plagues perk, infectious fright. If you pair this up with that perk, then you probably gonna be going for a slug match because you already know they're going to be slow and running, and then you can just go over there and get a chase. But you know, now that I'm getting far into it, nah, it got to be a good killer who would be strong with this, because I don't think every killer would benefit from it. It have to be somebody probably like Nurse, Hillbilly, Myers. Yeah, I think some killers would benefit with this if they're intended to slug. But this is a good. This is like one of the only good perks that's coming in this chapter. And what's the last one? Oh, machine learning. Okay, what this one do? Oh yeah. Okay, this is the skull merchant. This pretty much what this is. So you get haste status and undetectable. So they might well just call it skull merchant's drone or some shit. So if you kick a generator, and then somebody finish that generator you kit, you get the haste status and undetectable for about 30 seconds. That's what they say. I think they say 30 seconds, but the numbers is kind of blurred. So I think this perk would be good if you pair it with Tinkerer to give you that extra, I guess, uh, that extra 30 seconds of undetectable. Cause some killers really need it, like Wesker with that wide as hell tail radius, and uh, somebody else with that really wide tail radius. But anyway, so so the killers got two good perks, and one of them, I think the force hesitation. No, not the force hesitation. Yeah, I think the force hesitation and machine learning. And the survivor perks. I'm reading it. I'm double checking it again before I give my last opinion on it. Okay, troubleshooter, no. Scavenger, no. Made for this. Okay, so the survivor perks are bad. It forces you to play risky and different. If you're trying to adapt this Chris Brown character, what is his name? Oh yeah, Gabriel. And I even mentioned it earlier. If you were trying to adapt this character, you probably gonna have to let your teammates do all the work or die, whichever comes first, and then try to escape through the door or the hatch. Because you can't play normal with his perks. I mean, with Scavenger, but even that's just a one-time use, like Unbreakable. So this is a disappointing chapter. I think there's something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, I think I don't said my piece. I think I need to. Is there anybody else playing? I can't even check from here. Alright. Well, that's pretty much it.